South Africa's landfill sites are expected to be full in a few years. That's according to a new report. It's called the Recycling of Waste and Scrap in South Africa 2021. Essentially, it shows that South Africa generates 108 million tons of waste every year. 90% of that ends up in landfills. The country's economic hub of Gauteng province, for example, accounts for roughly 45% of the entire country's municipal waste, and it has not been granted new permits for landfills in 2 decades. CGTN's Yolisa Njamela takes up the story.
The report asserts that South Africa's slow progress in recycling is evidenced by the Polokwane Declaration on Waste Management's target of reaching zero waste to landfill by 2022 being revised to a target of 50% of waste to landfill by 2025. According to South Africa's Environmental Affairs Department, much of the waste in the country's oceans, rivers and waterways is due to littering, inadequate waste management and overflowing landfills.
Lack of resources and the ever-increasing populations contribute to more waste, making it difficult to collect and dispose of properly.
Over the past few years, with urbanization, there's been an increase in terms of the amount of waste that gets generated, especially the bigger urban centers in South Africa. There are still pockets of challenges in the country. The growth of South African population also meant that there's an increased number of people and that municipalities have had to deal with increasing waste volumes as well.
Our population is drastically growing, modernization, urbanization. We tend to consume even like things that we don't necessarily need, or there is even like production of things that we don't necessarily need, but we have gotten into a habit of just buying and throwing away. So it's very big that it's threatening our own environment that we depend upon for resources. It's threatening the marine ecosystems, terrestrial and freshwater ecosystems that we depend solely upon for survival as human beings as well.
The World Wildlife Fund is a leading organization in wildlife conservation and endangered species. In order to mitigate the issue, last year, the Cabinet approved the National Waste Management Strategy.
It rather introduces a new concept of circular economy. Now, circularization of waste means that it brings in a totally new regime altogether, something we never had before, which means that it places the burden now on the producers to start looking at how, when they produce a package, they are going to make sure that it doesn't go to landfill sites, it comes back to be reused, and hence the circular economy.
While the situation is clearly dire, South Africans are joining in to find solutions. Imagined Earth is one of those companies. The company pays people to recycle using these innovative machines.
We're trying to harness the power of technology by using the latest in tech, that being our machines, and making it an interactive and engaging experience, because in doing so, we believe that people will be more inclined to use it more. We also believe in the principle of paying people for their recyclable waste.
Waste pickers are also playing a critical role in terms of minimizing the amount of waste that goes to the landfill sites. Yolisa Njamela for CGTN in Johannesburg, South Africa.